Scarily effective way to spill coffee on everything. I'm gonna try really hard not to do that today. I like to smack my coffee across my desk whenever I get the chance, preferably onto my keyboard and my peripheries, and then carpet. So that's always nice. Uh, let's try adding one. Don't spill coffee. Cool. Okay, let's bring that tasks list over to the standard view. Nice. We'll put that below the cam, I think. The cam's gotta just come up a bit. Hmm. Nice. Okay. That's looking good. Cool. Hello. Hello. All right. What are we working on today? We're gonna get back into it with Claude. We don't need to see that. Okay. We had a server running with all of the scene layouts. I want to build all of those scenes right now. That's the most important part, and we can deal with the rounded corners another time. But for right now, I just want to build out the scenes according to the layouts that we have. They were up on this server. I know nobody's here, but when people are here and you're watching this, if that ever happens, and I'm like slurping into my microphone, and it makes you want to kill me, let me know. And I'll move back. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so um, there's a few things that we talked about not including in our last session. I think it would be really helpful for you to look back at our last session. Um, but I can tell you a few of the things that are changing. So, um, What's up with the server that I told you about with the playground we made for the layouts? Because I think that's the best way for us to communicate about this so far. Whoops, I just pasted that into a URL bar on my browser. Oh, oh man, all of the layouts from that server reset or something like that because they're not what they used to be. Is there any way you can reinstate them? So last night we were working on this and Claude built this little program that I'm going to show you. And this allowed me to go through a few of the different scenes that I wanted and map out all of the window positions. And then that was output in the bottom for some reason with a horizontal scroll bar by Claude uh, into a JSON. Is it JSON or JSON? I feel like I'm saying GIF every time I say JSON. Maybe I should just say JSON. Please help me. Coders, come in here and tell me everything I'm doing wrong and why you hate designers. Uh, you can watch me cry live on air. Like, would it be helpful if I gave you some of the files from this page or something like that? I don't want to start moving things around here because we've already done it. And I'm pretty sure that Claude will be able to recreate this with the layouts that I want. But Claude is a lot like me in some ways where it overcomplicates and overthinks things when they don't need to be that hard and it like loses context. Um, which is funny because that's what I'm like. And they say dementia starts in your 30s, and I'm here to prove them right. I guess it's just building it. Like, would it be helpful? Like, would it be helpful? Oh boy. I also got to like work on my thumbnails a little bit. I mean, I like the imagery, but um, not all of the stuff that I generated a few years ago in Midjourney are things that are going to continue working like this. Oh well. We've got about 45 minutes on this. I'm going to work on it and then I'm going to take a call and then I'll come back to this. Mhm. Oh, I need better coffee. Follow the original brainstorming defaults when from for you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You can do it. You know what you're doing. Good job, Claude. Good job. Um, yeah, well, actually, I'm going to make some small changes to the layouts because we overcomplicated it. I do like this superpowers plugin. I think it's really strong, or at least it is for me since I just have regular powers. I don't know if anybody else has used it, but I would love to hear your opinions on it, like where it falls down, where it's where it stands up again. I do want to proceed. Mm. I just see a white page with HTML. Okay, cool. I got it. So now I see there's four layouts, which is great, and I'm just going to go through them with you. Claude, prod, prod, Claude project. Okay, right now Claude and project have the exact same layout. Maybe that's the point. I'm not sure. Did I make those the exact same, or is this a mistake? Claude? No, that's incorrect. Actually, the Claude Focus has Claude L1AR in the middle space and L2AR above the webcam. The project focus should have the project window in the middle. That's L2AR taking up the Claude A space, and the Claude A space would be moved to the project window space. Yeah, I am going to do that. But here's a question for you: is like, is it better to have the chat next to my cam so it feels more interactive, like me and chat are doing this thing together, um, as opposed to the way I've been doing it, where chat is kind of running full screen as its own thing and the webcam is off to the side? What's uh, what's your opinion on that? Actually, I'm just starting streaming, so I don't know. That's my intuition as well. I appreciate the honest answer. Uh, I think what I'm going to try is what I'd love for you to do is update this scene builder so that I can have um, an A and B version of each tab so I can just explore. So I want a Claude project planning conversation one layout row, and then I want another one, Claude Project Planning Conversation, which is another layout row, so I can examine how 4 different layouts interact with each other by switching between them all. Does that make sense? Yes, please. Oh, yes, please. It doesn't quite help me figure out how to solve the fact that most of the windows are square, or they're like the half screen layout. I guess they are. I guess my monitor is basically kind of like 2 squares. A half screen and a half screen, 480 by 516. I wonder why 516 is because of that 48 pixel task hopper taking up some stuff. Okay, let's refresh the page and see what it does. So, okay. Um, could you please do it like I said, where you put Claude A, Project A, Planning A, Conv, I don't know what conv is, uh, conversation, sorry, A on one row. And then below that row, please put all the B controls. No, it says, I don't want to play leapfrog when I'm trying to flip through channels here. Yeah, perfect. Now we're talking. Okay, Claude A. So this one's going to keep the webcam over there and introduce this conversation. Claude B, we're going to try bringing the chat like this. And where does that leave the project window in this blank spot? Planning. Okay, maybe chat is always big and we just put it kind of like this and this. I don't know if it's too distracting to have me. Okay, I like this idea with a full chat. So there's the Claude window, the project window, planning becomes deleted, and then conversation is going to be a totally different animal. So chat, webcam, project window, Claude. Chat, Claude, project window, webcams, good. Conversation A is me and Claude talking about the project window. Conversation B is me and Claude talking about Claude, the code window. Then actually I can just build all 8 of these scenes because then I'll know kind of what I like. So then I can do the chat GIF with the project window up top. B would be this one. So this is A. Yeah, so now this one is when we bring Claude in to have a conversation. Claude is going to exist here. And in this one, Claude webcam project window. So this one, Claude. So for this one, it would be Claude. Goodbye chat mod. Sure. Here. Then we have that's a little weird. Webcam chat webcam Claude. Right. Claude A is the code window. Whoops. So these guys actually need to be 480 by 516. That's right. That's right. That's right. And booyah. Okay. Okay. I made some changes and actually I think I want to work with all 8 scenes and just develop them out so that I can try stuff and see what I like. For Claude A, for the A row, I've done Claude focus, project focus, Claude focus, project focus, talking with Claude about the code, and conversation talking with Claude about the window. So it would be like focus Claude, focus project, conversation code, conversation project. That's row A. And the chat flows down the entire side, the entire left side of the overlay. On B, I've done chat and webcam split, so chat smaller. This would be focus Claude or focus the code window. Um, then on B, it's the same thing, but the focus is on the project window or project preview window. Then we have a conversation focus on the code window. And then we have a conversation focus on the project window, but the layouts are just a little bit different. So the gaps that I see is in the B group. There's a blank space in the middle of the screen right now. And I think that that might be used for something else in the future. Like maybe when other agents that I'm working with want to come talk to me, or I want to bring them in, or maybe I want to include the desk view tab in that spot or something like that. But these scenes can sort of operate and function as like the general layout that I'm going for. So I'm pretty happy with this right now. Tell me what you think about it. And I'd like to export all of these as well and make sure it's all saved uh, for sure. So when I hit export all, I don't really know what happens. Could you let me know? Ah, thanks, dude. Thanks for calling me smart. When ChatGPT calls me smart, I want to punch Sam Altman in the back of the head while he's drinking coffee. But when Claude calls me smart, it doesn't make me enraged because it doesn't feel as performative. Okay. Yeah, cool. I would like that. I wanna make sure that you keep this layout builder somewhere because I like it. Um, I wanna keep this as a tool for the future, and I'm glad that you've, saved the layouts, so that's great. Um, yeah, let's move on to building the scenes in OBS. I'm stoked. Let's do it. See if we can bang these out in 20 minutes. I have OBS open right now, and we are live streaming this process. Um, I do have some scenes created already, uh, but I think we kind of got bogged down in trying to create these circular masks on the webcam and stuff. So we're going to move past that and just get back to building the scenes. The task hopper is already a browser source and it's working, and I can paste that into any scene easily now. So no worries there. But let's just start at the start and um, yeah, create all the shared sources and then we'll position them properly. Cool. Okay. So click the plus under sources. I didn't need to say that to Claude. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should broadcast like OBS as its own thing for people to see how I'm doing this. Um, Nobody's here. I don't know if this is like useful or not for people. If people really want to see how bad I am with OBS. I don't know. If somebody shows up and they're like, "Hey, do it," I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna move forward, I think. Do I want to do it? Let's just make it easy for everybody. Let's add a new source and show OBS as a thing. It might create a hall of mirrors, but it's all good. So we want think we want not a browser source. We want a screen capture. Okay. Yeah. This is going to get trippy for a second, folks. Hold on. Okay. All right. Well, that's what happens. Now there's a million of me. But if I do this right, create a new view. No. Okay. Try that one more time. There we go. OBS. Okay. So we're gonna create these scenes now. I'm gonna do it in OBS so you can see me doing in OBS. This might be the dumbest thing I've ever tried to do, and it might not be worth it. I guess we'll find out. So, okay, browser. GIF. I don't actually see like the chat input box or the like where the chat messages would go. Yeah, okay. I mean, what I would like is to just test it really quick. So I'm gonna see if the controls from the control panel work, because I definitely want to be able to like dim that down and show that it is chat even when there are no messages. Um, and I want to be able to run the chat sim so I can see what it's like. Does it make sense for me to try and test that from here right now? So just in case anybody's wondering what that means, what I just said. So I have this other window up and I need to move my OBS layout to show you what I'm talking about. One second. Okay, so in this view, you should be able to see my GIF controller thing. And so that's controlling what's happening in the background. And I want to be able to see the chat window message. Um, okay, so now I'm running this thing with the send button, but I don't know if that's working. Okay, so okay, so you can see here that like the chat simulation and the input box exists on my broadcast tool, but they're not showing up in the chat overlay. So uh, if this is something we should park and test after, we can do that and we can build all the layouts right now. Let me know what you think. And I can also run a parallel process to have that worked on in another location if you think that's better. Okay. Okay, let's create the cam frame source. Okay, yeah, I already have the cam frame source up and working. It's good, and I'm happy with it. I need to create both of these, and I want to change the names of them moving forward. So, Claude A, we're going to call Ghosty because I'm using Claude, but from the Ghosty terminal, and that's just more clear for me. I'm going to make that one first, and then I'll get back to you. And let's try to be really, really clear with our language. So when you say create the browser source, I think what you mean is the project preview window that will be in Brave that is for viewing what Claude and I are developing together. Is that correct? Okay, so now we're back to this OBS thing. Uh, my test view. So what I need to do now is build. It's interesting that it's doing it as a scene capture, not an application capture. I think this is because I don't know what I'm doing. So my apologies to everybody who has to watch this because it's bad. It's not good. I'll just move this out of the way. In fact, I'm gonna just dumpster this view. Test view has chat overlay, so we're gonna go to test. And okay, ghosty. So yeah, no, there was like some discussion yesterday about when we launch these scenes and stuff like that, that um, it's going to launch this terminal window at the right size in the right place or something like that. Um, and it might need like a specific name. So we were going to use like certain Brave profiles or something. I want to make sure that I'm doing that properly here. So like maybe this needs to be named like Ghosty Stream or something like that so that OBS knows and it's always the same every stream every time. So this chat overlay's got to go. Yeah, no, I definitely want to do everything right from the beginning. So let's absolutely make sure the title is Ghosty Stream. That needs to be updated and reflected across all of our documentation. And then I'll create the Brave Stream profile now. Um, so let's do that. And let's try and get this Claude window back on so people can see what we're talking about here. Okay, so let's create a new Brave profile. Brave, open Brave. Okay. Do me a favor. So instead of just like guessing about how the Brave profiles work, it'd be really helpful if you could actually just look online, take a few minutes, check it out, because I don't see a profile icon in the top right, which kind of makes me think you're just guessing about how it should work. rather than knowing how it works. Let's measure twice, cut once. I know you're guessing. I mean, I was guessing that you're guessing, but my guess was right and your guess was wrong. I mean, this is the other thing is this is stuff that I can do. Ew, Leo wallet. It's if, bro. Never want that. I just was trying to remove these from the sidebar or from this menu. Gross. Um, settings, probably. Profile name and icon. Name your Brave profile. How do I make a new profile? Hmm. We'll just name this one Ken. That's me. Ken is purple. And my avatar is. This is what I have to choose from for avatars. Okay. I'm I'm these patterns. That's me. Okay. Now, oh, Brave. I have a feeling that maybe there aren't any profiles in Brave. Just a guess. But maybe you just guessed because it was a Chromium browser and you thought that you could just do that by default. Why am I typing? Does Brave browser support multiple profiles? What profile? You guys saying this in the top right corner. Uh-huh. Look for profiles. Stream yellow? Ew. Let's go with a little minty. Streaming is minty, right? What is it called? Gleam grass. These are hilarious, dude. Okay. Let's call it stream. And we'll make it this one. Um, I'm kind of open to option B or C. The main point of this whole thing was to just have it so that OBS was kind of automated and it protected me from uh, showing things that I shouldn't show on on stream. So, well, thinking about it from that perspective, what do you think the best model is? And by the way, I did just make a new Brave browser, but you're right, it doesn't show like the profile title. But maybe we can have the profile uh, bookmark pages with specific titles on those pages or something like that, so OBS does know what's going on. Okay, and then I'm gonna have to go and take a call. So I will come back to this stream in about an hour and I'm going to continue on this for the rest of my life. So hopefully, whoever's watching, you also need to eat lunch and make a phone call. And I'll see you back here in 1 hour. Let's do something fun for that hour really quick. Let's see. Okay. Time for me to make a call. Let's see if it'll pop that page open. Good job. Can you give me a complete address for that? Because I just pasted that into a browser and I got nothing. Thank you. Don't want it as a browser source. I want it as a. Hey, brother. Hey, I just need good. I just need 30 seconds to just complete something. Be 1 sec. Sorry. No, no, I'm almost done. Just need to get this one thing up. Perfect. Hey, how's it going? Okay, flash forward here. 2006, I'm working at NetTeller with my friend Rhett, and he has this question for me. He says, time into this and talk about working on stuff with you. It'd be awesome. Oh shoot, my stupid headphones again. Oh my god. should start to get down to the why on the really tough questions when we meet next, and it should be something like, why would somebody use this instead of email? Why would somebody use this instead of letters? Why? What are the alternatives? And what matters? like it. Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo. What a day. What a call. What a nice conversation. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I am back. The countdown is over. Let's get into this right now. Oh, I just showed everybody my whole file structure. That's awesome. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's let's turn off this whole view. Hi. Hi. Thanks for watching. Um okay. I'm going to get rid of this and we're going to get back at it. I'm super hungry, so I'm going to eat. Please don't hate me for eating. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff, Claude. Let's get out of here and let's get back to where we're at. Okay. Okay. Yep. That sounds good. I don't know if I have Chrome installed. Let me see. Um, do you have like a preference for which one it would be? Does either one of them have an advantage? Hmm. Needs pesto. BRB. Oh, okay. Now we've got the pesto and we got the plan. Let's look at what's being said. I'm gonna eat this yummy food. Mm, mm, mm-mm. Okay, we are gonna go install Chrome. Do I have Chrome in my downloads? I do. I already have it. Never want to use groups. Ever, 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 ever. I do want them sorted by kind. I just don't like groups. Adding it to my applications. Oh, Lee, Toledo. Do you ever have that thing where you have to do everything all at once? You have to sit back down, start working. You have to go make lunch, eat it. You have to get a napkin to wipe your hands. You have to stand up and go pee, and you also have to live stream. That's what just happened. Let's uh let's go back to OBS and let's create these layouts, guys. So we need to delete some layouts from this whole thing because there's just too many things right now. I'm going to duplicate standard view. I'm just going to duplicate this one, and we're going to call it uh, testing or layout builder. And I'm going to delete a bunch of stuff out of here that I don't want. Too many things in these scenes. Okay. Let's bring this up a little bit. Task hopper, project window, countdown. We're going to kill. Okay. This is the cam we want. This is the cam we're going to remove. So now if I go back to standard view, okay, it's there still. Okay, cool. Okay, so window capture. Can you please make sure that you're using just very up-to-date stuff? This is OBS 32.0.4. Okay, so we're going to try this again. So window capture is deprecated in this version of OBS. But what we want to do now is Mac OS screen capture. We're going to call this Ghosty. Stream. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna hit OK. In properties, set method to window capture. Select the Ghosty terminal window. So that's the right one. Right. So is there a way for us to name the main ghosty window consistently so that it always opens up that way? Or is this just something I'm gonna have to do every time? And if it's something I have to do every time, what is it exactly that I have to do every time? Okay. Um, so if I do have to do that, is there is there any reason to do the stream script launcher part that names the title if that's not relevant anymore? Um, Honestly, I don't know if it's useful yet. So I guess we can keep it for now and I'll figure it out after. I don't even have that right now while we're setting up this stream. So I'm not even sure if I'm setting up the right thing. Like I've just got method window capture, window is ghosty window. Okay. No, it doesn't look right because we haven't given it any of the transform information. But the window is showing up on screen. It's just massive. Mm, fine. Then I'm going to switch back to this view. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just going to resize it right now. It's going to put it right here for right now. So this cam, this cam. What's this cam? What's this cam? Two cam sources. They're the exact same. It's weird. Task hopper, cam, project window. Claude, where are you? Oh, that's the other one. Well, I'm gonna get rid of you. Just have one. Radio can go away. I don't think we're gonna use it anymore. It's probably too annoying. Okay, let's do another one. So this one we're gonna set up as a Mac OS screen capture, and this is gonna be my Chrome window. So we're gonna call it Chrome. And so this Chrome window is gonna be like everything that I run in Chrome, like every window. Is it gonna be tabbed? Is that how we're working it? Or are there gonna be multiple Chrome windows? I just forgot. Okay, well, I don't want to call this Chrome. I want to call this name these things by their functions, right? Because Chrome is not that meaningful to me. So we should be calling this project window. Let's try and stick with the names that we've outlined and agreed upon previously. Okay, so nothing's showing up under window, which means I guess I need to start Chrome. What do I need to do here? Do I need to be signed into this Chrome? Does it need any specific information? I haven't run it on my computer before. Let's talk about that. Google Chrome is an app created by the app Safari. What? What does this message mean? This seems kind of crazy. Am I wrong here? Oh, okay. Okay, so okay, so if we're gonna navigate to something like the dashboard or whatever, shouldn't the dashboard just be its own window that I can toggle on and off? And wouldn't that be better as a browser source for my local host? And wouldn't it make sense to have like dedicated servers per project, like a server that's always like a browser source that is gonna sit in the background that all of my stuff runs on? Like, and by all of my stuff runs on, I mean like, we agree upon a server and we just run that server for like our collaboration and stuff like that. That way, everything is kind of set up and it's predictable and I can run them as Chrome windows, right? Yeah, okay. I guess I don't want the users to see that dashboard. Um, or I guess the users don't want to see that dashboard. It's not like I care. But okay, that makes sense. I'll just do that window. Okay, it's set up as a window capture Google Chrome. OBS can see it. It's working. Yeah, uh let's make the window. Um, and I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. This reactive portrait. Um, can you? Oh, okay. Let's just park it for right now, and I'll add it to the scenes after. Um, but would it make sense to add some sort of placeholder for right now? Yeah, for sure. Just like make a simple HTML page with a dark background and the little orange Claude mascot. Okay, so I'm just putting this in here with the layout dimensions that we agreed upon, which is 480 by 516, in case that's useful for anybody. Um, okay, cool. That's all done. And just so you know, I'm calling that Cam Claude. So then I can have Cam Source, Cam Ken, I guess. Um, and I'm probably gonna standardize the naming of these things so that like the source comes first and the name comes second, something like that. We'll figure that out after. I mean, don't even look at what I just did. It's fine. It's not real. Hey, let's build these scenes. Cool. And just to check, this is the only way to do it, right? Like we can't just like send OBS a JSON file and make it work on its own. Yes, I do want that. What was I gonna ask you? Mm. Mm. Okay, so I need to stop streaming to import this file. Okay, great questions. And I want to make sure that we're clear because we're going to have to stop streaming and then restart the stream because of OBS. That's all good. Um, I just want to make sure that we're correct on all of the scenes and what's going on in them. So to be clear, the existing file has sources. Yeah. Uh, so I have a bunch of sources and a bunch of stuff in here that just doesn't make sense and it's not good. Let's go through all of the sources and I'm going to name them and make sure that we're on the same point page with everything. And I'll name them properly right now so that we know exactly what we're talking about and we're on the same page. How do I find all of my sources in OBS? Okay, great. Yeah, let's do it the way that you just said because I was doing nothing in OBS. Okay, so now I have these existing sources. Can you list out the sources that we want for um, the the screen layouts, and just sort of like or like earmark this list with the ones that we want for the screen layouts, so I can just look at one list and then we can make choices of what to cut. Okay, I have a scene called Layout Builder, and the cam source in that one with those dimensions and that crop is what I want. So I'm going to rename that one right now to Cam Ken. Okay, I'm going to rename Claude, Cam Claude to Cam Claude. Okay, Ghosty Stream. I think I'm going to name that to properties. It's going to be, nope, rename. It's going to be renamed app Ghosty. Yeah, I'm going to rename this to app tasks. Maybe this is going a bit too far. Maybe I should just call it Ghosty. What am I going to call this one? Is it an app? Not really. It's more like a uh, browser project. Okay, so that means up at the top, Cam is renamed to Cam space hyphen space Ken. Hmm. I'm wondering if I need to give these like category names or if I want to just name them what they are. So like Ghosty Stream project window, instead of like adding an extra category to them. Maybe I'm going a little bit too far. So maybe it's like Cam hyphen Ken, Cam hyphen Claude, radio, tasks, chat, Cam frame is killed. I already mentioned Cam Claude. Then it's like Ghosty. It's just called Ghosty. Then project window. Yeah, maybe. And then Claude, broadcast dashboard, OBS and countdown can be killed. And then iPhone is like the desk view camera. So I would probably just call that cam desk. I mean, the rounded corners overlay was a total disaster, and I literally don't care about it anymore at all. So we can come back to that another day. So for now, let's just kill it. Um, that's the thing. This is the question that made me stop wanting to do the naming convention, was because I don't know if app makes sense for chat, if browser makes sense for project, or browser should be app project. And then same with like radio and all that stuff. So I think it kind of makes sense actually to only deal with those things, like only add the prefix when it's necessary, and there's something to differentiate between. So like ghosty, tasks, and chat, project, radio, none of those really need a prefix, do they? Or do you see an advantage to that? Yeah, that's making sense to me. Gosh, okay. In order to do that, I need to find all those things across all of these scenes. So I'm going to need a second. Okay, I'm just going into OBS and I'm just killing everything based on these scenes. Um, I'm just going to kill this whole layout. It's dead. This one, focus project preview, cam, browser, radio. I think iPhone is one we want to potentially keep. So I'll bring that back to this and I'm going to name it cam desk. Okay. What else? So we have cam desk, cam Ken. What's Claude? Claude is just a window right now. Okay. So is that different than Ghosty? Ghosty is right. That's browser. That's going to be renamed to project. Just project is fine. I think we're going to call it preview. The whole thing is the project. So, okay, this is going to get renamed. I'm renaming app tasks to just tasks. Mm, Okay, what else do we have? Where's my chat window in this one? Chat overlay. Okay, so I'm going to bring this into standard view and we're going to rename it to chat. You can see that it's up. Hey, girl. Okay. And I'm going to order these in the same way as this list because it's just a little easier for me. So Cam Ken is first, then Cam Claude, where was Cam Claude? There we go. Cam Claude, Cam Ken, Cam Desk. Yes. Then we need Ghosty, app Ghosty, right? Where's my Ghosty app? Where is this app? Window capture, Brave browser. No, that's not correct. This should be Ghosty window, Ghosty broadcast. Okay, and we're just gonna call this rename Ghosty. Okay, so now we have Cam Ken, Cam Claude, Cam Desk, Ghosty, tasks, chat. I'm just going to put these up on the window so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. The desk view is not there or working. That's all good. Then we need preview, which is project, and then we need radio. And I believe that is all of them. So let's just double check. Okay. Hey, so I want to rename project to preview since kind of the whole thing is the project, but we want the preview. And then I want this Cam Ken. I want this one. This one's better than this one. So I'm going to kill this one. Nice. Okay. So I've renamed everything. They're all in the standard view scene. I'm happy to delete all the other scenes if that makes it easier. I don't think we need to keep anything. Scene 22, dead. Yes. Desk view, dead. We're going to kill it. Split, Claude Brave, killing it. Focus project preview. I'm going to kill it. Yes. Test. I'm going to kill test. Yes. Layout builder. I'm going to kill that now. Okay. Don't delete anything manually. Just close OBS and I'll write completely clean scene collection with only the 8 sources and 8 scenes fresh start. Okay. Hey, just curious, is there a way to close OBS without stopping streaming? Like, can I do that or will it just kill it? And it's all good. I mean, nobody's watching. Okie dokie. Well, bye everybody. I'll be back in a minute.